Hey everybody, Rhadamant here with episode 56 of the Wendigos, which originally aired live on Twitch September 26th. No changes to the rules or goals this week, but the changelog pretty full. So, implants that normally would affect beauty one way or another, like stone skin, armor skin, aesthetic shaper, and aesthetic nose, do not provide beauty one way or another. The Wendigos don't view beauty as a thing that they care about. And, armor and clothing. So 4 new pieces of clothing for Wendigo Psycasters that mimic L-Tech's clothing, basically no armor and all Psi focus. 1 new helmet for Wendigo Psycasters, which is like the Cataphract Prestige helmet. And 2 new pieces of clothing for insulation. This was voted on last week by all of you that I should introduce it, and I have. And then of course, bone cleats durability has been increased just a little. Let's get started. Alright, so let me actually show you the gear before we get going, because then I'm going to have to go over the textiles and clothing and change all the stockpiles and all that stuff. But I'm going to dev mode, which is rare, just to show it to you. So we've got the shaman stuff. So here is the shaman hood. Oh, it happens to be legendary. But the shaman hood, which is basically no armor, but psychic sensitivity and neural heat recovery rate, is identical to the L-Tech skull cap. Pretty much, yeah. Then we have the shaman, and all of these they properly cost a lot. So here's the shaman robe. And they inherit the color of the material. So if you make them out of human leather, they will be human leather colored, so on and so forth. Then you've got the shaman shirts, which is just the L-Tech shirt, but, you know, colored for the input material. And then the shaman vests, just like L-Tech's vest, but once again, input material. The shirts and vests are literally identical to L-Tech stuff, and the robe and the hood are a little bit different. And here's the costs. Oh my god, so much is going on. I will spend time thanking you all in a second. But, so the costs here, you know, the shaman hoods, for instance, are a pretty expensive 50 gold, 25 fabric or leather, bone calcium, bone china, or calcium polymer. You know, I tried to design it so that they required bone, because it's a shaman, so that makes sense. And then the robe, similarly, 75, 75, 75, 50. So they're not cheap. And also, they require a pretty high work amount. You know, compare the 467 work amount to a parka of 134. So it's about like 3.5 times the effort to make a parka, stuff like that. And it also requires a minimum crafting level of 10. So you just can't have like a noob crafter make these things. Then we also have the other armor. So the insulated helmets. So here's the insulated exosuit, where you've got input of different ingredients. So you can make it more armored if you want it thrumbo fur or like a wool or whatever, it's up to you. And same with the helmets. They're a little bit more expensive than the regular ferrule. The regular ferrule, for instance, exosuit is like 52 plasteel, and the improved one is like 60. So I increased the cost because it's stronger. I also, I believe, increased the work amount. Yeah, I increased the work amount because it's stronger. So they're more expensive to make, but they will provide far better cold protection than the non-feral stuff. And then, last but not least, the feral shaman helmet. So again, a very expensive thing to make. It does require human leather, and this is the sort of prestige cataphract helmet equivalent. All right. Well, before I start hauling these things to where they don't belong, let me go destroy them. And this was all, some of it was borrowed textures, but I just coded it in. I figured it was about time that people like Latin Deer and Sylvanti don't look like royals, because that's weird. And then everybody else will eventually get out of their, like, parkas. Okay, hooking up the core here. And if you give me just a second, unpausing the Yoda coin to toolkit currency. So I'm going to have to remind myself a little bit of where we left off. It's, oh, but dear lord, there is just a wall of bits and subs. For the sake of not sounding like some sort of announcement bot, I'm going to blanketly say, thank you so very much, guys. That is amazing. I've been working, I've probably put in about 100 hours into the next YouTube series. And it's, at this point, it's basically just balancing. I want to do a playthrough of it myself to make sure I didn't make it too hard. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna kick your butt, like RimWorld did. But it's going to be entirely playable from day one. And that's coming out real soon. Like, really soon. I just need to do some more rigorous testing to make sure that it doesn't blow up or whatever, because that would be embarrassing. And then then of course the Kenshi series. And then after that, I'm working on the next Toolkit series. So I actually do have some developers like Shaman Gear, who's helping me out with the next Toolkit series, much the way that LB Mayan and Droiden did in the past for Wardens of Iridor and for Origins of Magic. So, holy moly, we even got a 10k bit badge? Damn, Matt. Aren't we waiting on a raid? Quests. I don't think so. I think I'm not even sure. No, the emus left. What we ended up happening was the raid was actually the 2 sieges that came down, and we neuroquaked them. So these were the raid. It's sometimes hard for me to tell what is a viewer-sent raid and what is a storyteller raid, but these 2 sieges were storyteller raids, which is why they were so populous and destructive. But then, of course, you know, we made them go psycho, and they destroyed each other. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to change a considerable amount of this queue. No more parkas. No more toques. Animal clothing, let me bring down to 1. I'm going to prioritize... Let's make a full set of shaman stuff. So this is going to be for Latin Deer when he regains consciousness. It is... The shaman stuff, of course, as I just pointed out, is non-combat. Very, very specifically non-combat. Because it provides basically no armor, just like Eltex would. So this is not something that, like, Glitch or Solvanti should wear. It would very much get them killed. Because it just isn't tough. But then, of course, we have to... What are we making right now? Button-down shirt. We have to pick the material. So I think I'm going to pick wool to try to keep them as warm as I can. Even though the insulation modifier for these clothings are pretty low. It does mean that we're going to chew up a considerable amount of our remaining wool. But, you know, we're right now making the rest of our normal clothing with Thrumbo fur, so it's not that big of a deal. Next, feral mail and exosuits are going to be canceled queues, and I'm actually just going to break these apart because we're going to want insulated exosuits now. Just that's the new default. It also makes me think that given the physical labor that requires to go into one of these exosuits, we might want another scav bench, because these scav benches are, they take a while. So these exosuits, we are going to make them out of Thrumbo fur as well, to make them as tough as possible. I'm not as worried about cold as I am worried about armor. Oh man, you guys are very generous today. I don't know what to say. It's unbelievable. Wow. Okay, so the cleats here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the smithy somewhere else. There's not really anywhere to put it. I mean, I'm pretty well sandwiched in here. I guess I could move my drug lab or brewery. I don't even have a brewery, do I? Didn't I? No, I do have a brewery over here. Yeah, so I could move my drug lab over to where the brewery is. Alright, I'm going to move the telescopes. One here and one here. Trait. Purchased removal of pyro from Flickhammer. And, Moro, you just made a Masterwork Jade sculpture. I actually went to the development forum. I don't know if it caught any traction, but I went to the development forum to argue that the sword, Flick's sword here, the plasma swords, should probably provide a mood benefit for pyromaniacs, but I haven't heard a response yet. It would be pretty cool if that got added in, because I think it is actually a bit of an oversight, and it probably should, but yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Oops. There we go. So moving the telescopes so that we can move our benches. As far as things to do this episode, I know you guys want me to continually raid. Oh, another thing that I wanted to mention. Deep drilling does work on sea ice. It's just that I need to scan for it first. So one big requirement of that, of course, would be to get another tech core to research it. Starman, I am doing quite well today. I got coffee, tea, water, and all of you guys to hang out with. So, another thing I needed to do is the calcium polymer. I need to raise this queue up considerably because it's now a key component of a lot of these Shaman Gear. And as the result of the neuroquake, everybody... My friend Useless Idiots. Yep, I guess Soulblader made some friends. Some of the people have a neuroquake echo here. Congrats on the coffee. Cheers! Oh, this is great. My friend You Idiots. Yep. That's how you know they're friendly. Another thing I wanted to do is, and this was a suggestion by, oh my god, I didn't write it down. APV. APV mentioned, level 3 hype train. Damn guys. APV mentioned that tainted stuff could just be dumped out here, and I'm going to dump it specifically into the water because water will make it decay faster. Now I know some of my Wendigos have bloodlust, and bloodlust negates the penalties of tainted, but no one's going to come into this town here and have gear that I'm going to want to wear. So clean apparel will be prohibited, and then headgear, armor, noble, maybe not utility. I don't know about utility. But yeah, tainted everything will be plopped here as a critical priority. And then on top of that, what I'm going to do is the destroy apparel is going to be... Or it's already zoned. I got to figure out if 50 covers the water, because it shouldn't. Okay, so it does. All right, we'll do 20. Is that good enough? Yep, 20 is fine. I could even get away with 25. Or maybe 30? Yep, 30 will be fine. All right, so we're reducing that. So we're going to try to deal with tainted apparel in two ways. One, our pets are going to haul it out so it can rot. And there's an argument to be made of putting the tainted apparel on snow instead. Because on snow, I could Molotov it and catch it fire. Whereas if it's in the water, of course, it can't catch fire. But the water will help destroy it quicker. So rather than having to manually remind myself to have to Molotov it periodically, it's just easier for me to set and forget. Anything that you can do to set and forget is going to be critically important, at least for me, because there's a lot going on, and the less I have to micromanage, the better. Within vanilla RimWorld, of course. I'm not suggesting to add mods to make set and forget easier. And then we do have links up here. Links, we could recruit links instantly. Actually, if we have an inspiration... Okay, we don't. Next time I have a recruit prisoner inspiration, I'm going to recruit links and then throw her back in prison. So when she does get over her addiction, she'll be an instant recruit. I think that's better. And then, of course, if there's like a mega raid or something, I can release her from prison and use her in combat, even though she has addictions. But with her current addictions, her, like, ability to comprehend reality is going to be garbage. Because her consciousness is... I mean, look, she's 8% conscious right now. That's pretty bad. That's, she is like potato. What floors is that? Why do they look dirty? They are bone tiles. They're basically like melted down bone. They look dirty just because of the design. Yeah, if her consciousness lowers anymore, she'll like straight up die. Like, I do believe, I could be wrong, but I do believe in this game, consciousness, when it hits 0, you actually die of a lack of consciousness. Like, you can coma to death. So if, like, she managed to get some sort of brain injury right now, and it lowered her mind ability, like, I could be wrong about that. Maybe she wouldn't die. Hey, Frank, thanks for the components. Okay, so another thing I needed to do is the textures and clothing. I need to add in all of the new armors. So headgear and everything else. Alright. And then in temp, do the same thing. Oh, there's a lot of armor that was missing out of here. That way, when we craft it, we could just plop it down. Wait, what corpses are... Oh, mech corpses? Yeah, that's fine. Alright, so here's the... Oh, this is old feral mail. We can get rid of that. So when we make this stuff, we're going to take it to temp. It won't make that much of a difference, but it will ever so slightly increase our rate of crafting this stuff. Same with the shaman stuff. And then I should probably at that point... Oh, don't take to tinted gear. Wait, the hood is not available here. Hold on a minute. There we go. Inspired trade from Bonep for Perpetual Ox. Sweet. Alright, so set this all up for temp crafting. Cool. The pants should be as well. Shirt. Animal clothes. Pet scarves. Dusters. Yep. They're all set up correctly. Brilliant. Mad animal might not be possible because there's literally no animals here. CS especially... Yeah, CS doesn't get a lot of animals. Alright, Shaman Hood should be added to this. Okay, so I think we're all set there. Now, of course, the big effort to considerably retool a ton of our armor, right? So we're switching it up. Oh, we got maybe a raid coming in? Yep. Just a pretty low-key raid from the north. Oh, whoops. I'm going to send my shooters to deal with it, because none of them have particularly good range. And these guys are going to have to stare at a lot of corpses, aren't you? A lot of corpses. A nice appetizer, yeah. Poor Lino, that would be right. It's too bad that your little penguin body isn't here to enjoy them. Eat them up. All right, actually, let's use cover. So we're not just ruining our armor. Although, of course, our armor is gonna... I just said it, we have to change it around. Oh, that was quick. Oh, look at you. You were addicted to everything, weren't you? Oh, yeah. Oh, hi, Turtle Sandwich. You showed up a little late. And they're already fleeing. Alright. Let's go hunt a little bit. Alright, so for assignments, glitch. I want you wearing... Oh, you know what I need to do? I also need to set up some shaman hoods. Shaman helmets. And let's set these up with Rumble Fur as well. I also need to set up the HP left on them. Hey, Bodum! There you are, an elm. Comet supplier flying overhead from Starman. I can make use of that. And a prosthesis trader from Elm. Get him! Shoot! Ah, they just stood there and aimed. No! Can they wear hoods and helmets at the same time? No, they're mutually exclusive, much the way that an Eltex is. The Eltex skull cap. So, without getting really complicated, there's 3 layers. There's on skin, there's middle, and then there's shell. So shell would be like power armor, something like that. Shell would be, yeah, stuff like that, like an outer shell. For helmets, they're really, you don't, RimWorld doesn't have like multiple layers. So one of the reasons why, if you take a look at the exosuits, let me try to find an exosuit here. So if you take a look at the exosuit, one of the reasons why the exosuit didn't allow for the bone cleats to work is the exosuits are middle and outer layer, and they cover left leg and right leg. So the problem with that is covering your left and right leg for an outer, that is also where your bone cleats go. So if you take a look at the bone cleats here, these bone cleats are outer for left and right leg, so they interfere with one another. So as a result, the insulated armor that I have set up, these insulated exosuits, if you take a look, they don't cover your legs, which does mean that your legs are far more likely to get chopped off or take a lot of damage, but it also allows for the exosuits to be coupled with bone cleats. But as far as helmets go, you really just have the one. Okay, so we do have some polar bears that we could potentially tame. None of them have health issues, so let's go ahead and... Sylvanti is set to 1 for animal handle at 15. Bears, I think, require 8, right? Yeah. So we have one other animal handler that could attempt it. It might not be wise, but I'll do it anyway. M, you're going to attempt it. Let's hope that you're demented. Well, you're not demented anymore, are you? I forgot about that. Yeah, we undemented you. Heatwave sent by Tumbling Satellite. And Inspired Taming by Chimic for Angrax. Unfortunately, Angrax does not have the animal handle skill to try it. You know, you can't just do this because skill too low. So if Angrax magically had +5 skill, we would get one of those polar bears. So Sylvanti, where are you? Okay, you're praying? I don't want you praying. Work. I'm going to set her psi focus really low so she doesn't think about praying right now. M just got a shoot frenzy. So I guess if the bears turn on her... Now, one of the saving graces is both of our animal handlers have jetpacks. So worst case scenario, they can get out a dodge. There's also the alternative method of taming them, which is to just knock them unconscious, hope that they survive, and then convert these survivors. Yeah, as Kami Bio just mentioned, the shoot, then rescue method. It's too bad you can't, like, use words of trust on a bear. Or Serenity, for that matter. Okay, I think we're going to go with the shoot method here. So Reds and Cruzio, who have the quick rate of fire guns, going to get sent out there. So my my drug lab has moved. And we also have some rare thrombos. Alright. Cool. And a polar bear revenge. Whoa, they're all pissed. Well, this will make the shooting really easy. I like how the music starts and then the music's like, nope, it's combat time. And that's the beauty of a jetpack. I could have just dropped Berserker Pulse in them and made them all try to murder each other. Well, these bears are not faring well. One survived, and we shot its eyes out, basically. Alright, Sylvanta, you want to rescue that one? And then, everyone else, except for Phoenix. Sorry, Phoenix. Everyone else, let's go Thrumbo hunt. I'm going to let the Thrumbos come to me a little closer. Old Milky Eye is going to require... Well, I'm not going to make the prosthetics yet, because we actually don't necessarily... Yeah, we haven't confirmed that we'll be able to rescue that bear. But my guess is we'll be able to. And then we'll get another bionic bear. Especially a polar bear. Polar bears are particularly useful because of their temperature tolerance. What the heck? Wait, what are you doing, Phoenix? Oh, he was hunting them. I thought he was shredding a pikeman, because he's a smith. And he decided to just walk up to them and shoot them point blank. Ooh, hospitality for allies. Alright, so what are these? Starman, Inspiration, Chimic, MVP for skills, Thrumbo Revenge, and Shoot Frenzy Reds. Okay, so they're already out then. Alright. Okay, hauling them specifically. So the hospitality for allies, 4 ferals from an enemy jail, guard them here 8 days. They won't do work. And they'll give me basically nothing. I'll have you vote, I guess, because I don't particularly care one way or another. And voila. Just go ahead and vote. Should I host the allies? Simple yes, no, or I don't care. The rewards, if you're curious, is a little gold, a little goodwill, or components and jade. The components and jade are probably what I would pick for, because we'd make it into armor, and the components are always useful, but yeah. It depends. Alright, so now we have room for another scav bench. That's going to allow us to crank out more of the insulated gear quickly. I did mention that we are going to change the armor that people have on. So I just really, all I have to do for the normal brawlers is put in insulated exosuits and then the insulated exosuit helmets, wherever they are. Oh my god. Insulated exosuit helmets. For ranged, same deal. This will be done in a second. Insulated exosuit helmets and insulated exosuits. I don't... Oh, forced. For the pure caster, we are going to want the new shaman stuff. So, robe, shirt, vest, and hood. Wherever I put the hood, it would be in headgear, shaman hood. And then for glitch, he should be allowed to use a shaman helmet. Give me a second. God, it's hard to posture check. Okay. Feral Shaman helmet, there it is. And then same for Sylvanti. Shaman helmet. And Sylvanti for Psycaster range is also going to need the insulated exosuit, but not the insulated exosuit helmets. I don't think. Well, no, maybe. Because we might get one broken. So, there. God, that's complicated. And then glitch, insulated exosuit helmet as well, and insulated exosuit itself. Okay. I think we're all set up there, and I'm just going to temporarily save it, because I don't want to have to do that again. Call it laziness, or whatever you want to call it. I don't care. Just don't want to have to do that again. So whatever happened to that bear? Barry Manilow, where are you? Milky-eyed. Oh, yep. Right into the bedroom, huh? That makes sense. You know, a bear that, that is sleeping in the same room as our unconscious Psycaster. Good choice. Good choice. Solid choices there. That's all sorts of dangerous. All right, so this scav bench here is going to allow for a second set of stuff to be made. There we are. And these should be selected material and everything. All right, Sylvanti, where are you? Go tame the bear. I can't have a wild bear hanging out in the base. Come on, bear. Taste of human. Oh, there we go. There we go. So 4 minutes. 40 minutes past the hour. We are going to assign this bear. For now, it's going to be old Milky Eye. Because, you know, bop, bop, both eyes popped out. More or less. So I'll set up 2 animal bionic eyes. So soon it's going to be like laser eye. Something. We'll start to train it for hauling. And I think for smithing, we already have animal plate armor fully built up. So that is of no consequence. All right. Man, that was a 15% chance, and we just did that like that. That's pretty awesome. Looks like our slag stockpiles are pretty healthy, so I'm going to expand them a little bit more. That way our haulers can be productive, because there is no shortage of slag out on the sea ice. Oh, another thing we need to do is the old snippety snip. Yep. Assign new bear to the animal zone? Yes. In fact, I'm going to assign them to animal safety, because while they're being trained, there's really no point in them wandering around. Except for, of course, does animal safety allow them to eat? Yes, there's plenty of meat. Okay, good. Yoda redemption? Yes, there was a Show Me Yoda. I apologize. And check people's health? We will go do that, because we were in the process of making a bionic leg, I believe. So glitch is fine. I won't announce their names one at a time. Oh, right, Flick's going to need a new exosuit. I think we had queued those up. So Pinklink, you're going to get a new leg. And that leg is in the we haven't even started it. All right. And that's it. So other than some basic other than needing stuff like exosuits and just legs to be faster, we're pretty well set up. So should I host allies? You all say yes. So it's 4 allies. And I sure as heck do not have the bedrooms for that. We really don't, like, at all. I guess I was previously using this area. Did I destroy those beds? No, I didn't. I was smart. SMRT. SMRT. For those who do not know that reference. It's a Simpsons reference. Don't worry, I actually do know how to spell smart. Smell smart. Trait to purchase removal of Quick Sleeper. Okie dokie. Alright, Sylvanti's already healed up from the bear attack. Oh god, they have... So this backfired. So they've started 4 items. They each have 2 suits and 2 helmets in production right now, which is not even a little bit of what I wanted to do. Oh well. Oh right, it prevents meditation, doesn't it? Well, you know what I could do is Bonecrete wall, Bonecrete door, I don't know why I'm making noises, but pretend it's useful. Let's crowd their beds on one side and put the dining set on the other. Trait purchase industrious for turtle sandwich. Okay, so this won't prevent. Did I reset Sylvanti's meditation spot from the taming attempt? Yeah, she is a. She's got a spot. What is this? Berserker Pulse. We didn't need that. That's right. What was it? Wolf became a tier 6 and just... No, it wasn't Wolf. It was Chelsea. Became a tier 6 and just happened to learn Berserker Pulse. Oh, the Desire Focus. Right. No, I didn't reset that. I'm actually going to take... Oh, I already had done that. Okay. I was going to take everyone down from a... from the requirement of 100%, which is just not realistic because you decay. And it will 100% will cause a Psycaster to rubber band whiplash between their tasks and meditating because the decay rate is high enough that if your Psi focus is above 50%, it decays by 7.5% per day, which means if you set it at 100% desired, every time you dip below that, you just whip right back to your meditation spot, which is just dreadfully inefficient. Whereas if you set it to like 93.8%, which is what I have it on now, you might do that once a day, but you're not going to do it like 6 times a day, which is absurd. Alright, so the episode goal is now open, so if you have ideas for the goal of this whole stream, sort of grander things that require more time than just a raid or 2, drop your suggestions using channel points. The episode goal poll. No, it's a little pricey, but it's just to cut down on spam. So quests. Hospitality for allies, accept. Astari, Dawson, Bowen, and Pi. One thing I'm going to do is force add trait. Because there's not a good way other than for me to completely... I don't want to go into the modding behind it, but there's not a good way to force them all to be cannibals. Oh, he spawned with a golden eye. Okay, so what are they? Oh, ooh, Dawson, you don't even fight. What kind of cannibal are you? Ugh. Oh, God, 2 of them are pacifists. Well, they will enjoy their time here. So let's go assign them. First off, no one goes in front of my own people. And I'm also going to, just an offering. Should I assign them to you guys? Should they get names, etc.? We'll have you vote up there. Alright, so as far as restrictions go, I'm going to have them be in safety because they don't have insulating clothing, and as a result, they could become dreadfully hypothermic and die if I let them just wander around. And then 2 of them really want drugs, so I'm going to have them on the old no drugs queue, because I don't really want addicts. How do I reorder the pawns? You just right-click them and drag. This is a vanilla function. You can also select them by dragging a select box here. So, like, let's say I just want Wolf through Tolarian. There, done. You know? There's a lot of, like, default... And this isn't from mods. This is just vanilla RimWorld. There's a lot of default functions like that you can use. Alright, so you pretty overwhelmingly, I only left it up for a minute, but overwhelmingly said no. Naming proposal. So I am supposed to assign the polar bear. I'm already 5 minutes over, so I'm going to give you 1 more minute. If you want this polar bear and you happen to be a subscriber of mine, just type something in the general chat to make yourself eligible for le polar bear. You know, I never, damn, I'm an idiot. I never ended up doing the orbital trader trades. Not that I was really going to buy anything, to be honest, but I should have done them anyway. Actually, I like the order of the doors that I had. Alright, trait. No more jogging for Angrax. Wow. Not a jogger. It's not something I often see. Especially not on a brawler. Alright, so I'm fairly certain... Maybe someone wore it. I'm fairly certain our first helmet got done. Soul Blitter, did you just pick it up? No. Oh, you're now tough. Now, the issue, of course, is the old helmets and the new helmets look just about identical. I'm going to go through them all to see if someone put on the helmet. Yep. So here's Wolf with the Thrombophore Feral Insulated Exosuit Helmet. That's a mouthful. So it's sharp 1... So this is what? Good quality. So it's sharp 132. Insulation for cold, just shy of 30. Which... If you... Let's find another good helmet to compare side by side. I don't think I have... Oh, no, here's Perpetual Oxes. So the insulation is up by about 24 degrees or something like that, and then the sharp is higher because I use Thrombophore. It does inherit some of its armor capabilities from the material used. Sold in. Thanks for the meteorite. Yeah, I'll mine it. Question for Discord and me? There. I think answered. Oh, here's another one. Another good quality Thrombophore insulated. And that will be good. God, I can't get over how ugly these Bowlcuts are. Both the men that showed up, these Wendigos, have these, you know, friar tuck monk Bowlcut. It's It's pretty aggressively hideous. I'm just gonna throw it out there. It's ugly. Alright, Toller in. I want you to... Let's get through the shaman stuff. So that when Latin Deer wakes up, he doesn't have to look like a royal. If anyone else has ideas for the stream goals, submit them. And if the price point is the problem, I can always make it cheaper. I think I'm going to raise the exosuits above the helmets, because the exosuits themselves are kind of more important. Another huge advantage of ditching the exosuits is that Feral Male has a pretty severe movement speed penalty, whereas the exosuits' movement speed penalty is less. It goes from -5 or 0.5 to minus 0.2. Recruiter Yoda stand in? Oh, but there can only be one little Yoda. Hey, I'm gonna have to model you, aren't I? I'm gonna have to introduce a new pet. Call it a Yoda Tease in the future. Oh, another thing that I need to do is the unfinished. Oh, all unfinished is here. Okay, so we should be able to haul any unfinished. But I can't seem to haul this unfinished. I don't know. Yoda can be a polar bear. Okay, I did say 1 more minute, and I forgot to. Phoenix, you already exist as a character, right? Yeah, you do. So re-rolling it. Hey, Porlino, you are a polar bear now. You got reincarnated. No. Alright, so animals. You are going to be animal armor with meds and trained. Nice. I am very happy to have that. Of course, it's not very useful for far skip, I don't think, but, you know, whatever. So here's the shaman robe. And that means we have the shaman hood somewhere, right? I think we made the hood first. No, maybe we didn't. Yeah, I guess the robe was first. So... Oh, there's a... Well, that's a little bit of a bug, but I don't think it's a bad one. It doesn't have the count and quality. So I'm setting it up so that they look everywhere and make sure that the existing armor is at least 95%. Because if it's worn out, it shouldn't count. But for, I guess, this stuff didn't inherit that. Which is strange. I don't know why. Because it does have a durability. I don't know. Viper, I think that's a repeat suggestion, so I'm going to reject that one. Okay. No, you're not broke. I just refunded you. No, it's a good idea. It's just someone already had said it. His goal poll was to unlock and utilize deep drilling, but that was turtle sandwiches as well. So, see, I'm trying to pay attention. All right, come on, Latin Deer. I know you neuroquaked like 150 people to death, but it's time for you to wake up. Ratty is impatient. Alright, I'm raising our butcher queue a little bit. Oh, you know what? This, it's not counting all meat. It's counting, human plus animal, which is wrong. Because I don't want it to count animal meat. But I don't think there's a way to fix that. Air Maxes, thanks for the beer. Oh, you reject duplicants? Hey, Shib, when you reject duplicants, do you refund the points? I don't know if that's something that moderators can do. Let's just call it what it is. I'm ignorant about that. Okay, cool. Hey, something else that I realized in the modding they've been doing for the YouTube series coming up is the damage per second on plasma swords and for EMP hammers are incorrect in vanilla RimWorld because it doesn't account for the additional fire damage. So a plasma sword has a 70% chance to do 10 additional fire damage, and that isn't actually on the weapon's DPS count. So the DPS that shows here is incorrect, which is funny. Oh, but you know what, Flickhammer, you're not a dumb pyro anymore. The fear of fire. I'll just call it. I don't know. I don't have a good name. Here's another prosthetics trader. I'll bite. Maybe there's something nice. Who's still awake? Flick, you're still awake. No resting for you. Oh, did I... Wait. What the hell? Why is that grayed out? I have my orbital trade beacons installed. I don't know. Oh, yeah. Right. Flick can't do social. I'm just another idiot once again. Okay. My bad. Now, Flick can talk. He just refuses to do social because of his background bio. Because of his bodyguard. Because of the fact that he is a bodyguard, he won't talk to people. Nice. So we do have medical and mining. What's mining give us? Mining yield and speed goes way the heck up. And it would cost us every last penny that we have. Alright. Works for me. Our best miner would be Ox. So Ox, you ready for some brain surgery? Anyone have inspired surgery? Yes, we do. Soul Blader does. And as does Chelsea. Okay, I'm going to do the surgery with Chelsea because she's the best doctor and has an inspiration. So that seems like a very safe bet. Toleran, did I just make you work through the night? Yeah, okay, go eat and rest. My bad. Come on now. Come on now. Level 16, Burning Passion, Sterile Environment, Vitals Monitor, Legendary Hospital Bed, Inspiration. What'd she do? Brain Scar, Brain Scar, Brain Scar, Brain Scar. Well... Chelsea, you just lobotomized your brother-in-law. Or, no, your husband. Sorry. You lobotomized your husband. You're worse than Lorena Bobbitt. Yeah, there's always a fail chance. And then, if failed, you roll whether it's critical or catastrophic. So this was a 1% chance for fail, and then like a 15% chance for catastrophic, which is like a, you know, 0.15% chance for catastrophic or whatever. And that's exactly what happened. So, Ox, are you here? Perpetual Ox is not here. One way to fix this, of course, which would take forever, but Luciferium. Luciferium does clear out old scars, and if he took Luciferium, eventually those scars would be healed. It would take years, honestly. We're looking at time frame of years. But alternatively, we could attempt to kill him by cutting off his head and then revive him. And that would all heal all at once. Or a ton of heal mix serums. Or he just becomes Hodor. I don't know. But the thing is, I'd like to ask Perpetual Ox about what he wants to do. So let me try to message him. Alright, I just messaged him. Well, that's a big old bummer. He now has to go find the Wizard of Oz, I guess. You know, one needed a heart, one needed a brain. I know brain wasn't part of it, but we'll pretend. Oh, so slate for Matt. Thanks for that. I think you almost crushed the base, but I'll forgive it. He was a good son-in-law. Alright, polls up. Alright, let me get you voting on this. Wow, a bunch of options here. So go ahead and vote. These types of votes, you just type 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. I like how we have a lot of options. A lot of fun options up there. Oh, man. He can move! That's surprising. But he's a Wendigo. He's tough like that, I guess. Alright. Research project. So we'll have you all vote. And I guess we're an hour in, so that'll be good. Getting some sort of goal. Oh, man. Damn. So these two withdrawals that Lynx is going through causes her to literally not be able to move. That is how bad Go Juice and Wake Up withdrawals are. I might want to remove the reader from the remnants of his brain. Yeah, you're right. Soul Blader, guess what? You get to do this one. I am not entirely sure I trust Chelsea anymore. It's the muscle stimulator. That's what it is. She's trying to do delicate surgery work, and she's just like, bash! No, Cruzio, I did not say you. Yeah, at least when the fact that she physically cannot move means that she won't be leaving the bed. And you'll see prison break interval cannot happen. Cruzio, yeah, I know you're a decent doc, but Soul Blader had an inspiration. So it wasn't that I was insulting your ability of doctoring, I just figured I'd use up an inspiration. It makes sense, because surgery inspirations stick around for 8 days unless you use them up. which means you can't get another inspiration until you use it up. So you might as well use it up on important things like brain surgery, which is what I tried to do with Chelsea. If she had an inspiration, I'm really curious what her surgery success chance is. So her medical surgery success chance was, while inspired, somewhere around the 200% mark. Yep. That's brutal. I cannot believe that. But these things happen. Alright, so here's a full exosuit. Unfortunately, it's only normal quality. But here, as you can see, very, very, very good insulation. And glitch, I want you to wear the first one. I mean, I know it's not the quality that I was hoping it for, but there he is. And then let's clear force. And these can be used with bone cleats. They're specially designed exosuits that can be used with bone cleats. Which also means that we're going to have a ton of parkas and feral mail that we'll want to get rid of. But here he is. His comfortable temperature range is not the same as someone in a parka. Like, parka's negative 140, he's in negative 87. Now, if I made the exosuit out of a wool, it would be a lot more insulating. Because the insulation properties depends on material. But his sharp is still pretty high. But it's only normal quality, so it could be better. You've been watching episode 56 of The Wendigos, which streamed live on Twitch September 26th. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, or really just know my schedule at all, Rhadamant.com has the full schedule, including a countdown timer for the next stream. If you have any suggestions for me, do drop me a line in the comments below, keeping in mind that there are 4 hours left of the stream yet to air. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll catch you all next episode. Adios!